Yo, what's up, guys? G here. What's going on? What's going on? Welcome to another live stream. Today got some good stuff to talk about with Polestar. Got a few little things with NIO and Tesla as well. If you guys missed yesterday's live stream, that one was pretty wild. Go check it out. It's a little long. We kind of got off topic a lot, but I think overall it was a good time. Today I'll try to stay more on topic, try to get this thing done, and get you guys done. Get it out of here, you know. But I'm just gonna wait a few minutes to see if anybody shows up. The YouTube algorithm has been really messing me up, so haven't really been getting that many views. So if you guys don't mind, hit the like button for me. Really do appreciate that. It will help this video go out to other people who's investing on Polestar and other EVs. So help me out there, and we'll get more people involved. But I guess where do we start? I think Polestar had a pretty good day. I might need to look up the price action. I think it's still under $7. Let me quickly look that up. And I did see it come down like huge after hours. I actually don't know what's going on with it. It was like down to like 7:30. I saw a couple wicks, but it is recovering, so that's good. And I really wouldn't be too concerned about that. Like, I think it was, let me make sure, but I saw it was down to like 7:30, like right after close. But I wouldn't be too concerned about that. That's just movement off of like small candles, like small volume. So we'll be good. And you can see it kind of recovered. So not really too much volume after hours. So that's the only reason that it fluctuated so much, I think, after hours. I didn't see any news or anything. I think we're all good there. But overall, the market did pretty good for us, about almost 2%. Yo, what's up, pal? Yo, man, what happened to Polestar? I think it did good today. After hours, I think it was just movement on small volume, so it's actually recovered most of its price action after, down about 20 cents, but it was down at 7:30, as I said. It's just trading on small volume, I think. So just manipulation, brother. But today I've got some good stuff. If you guys missed yesterday's live stream, just gonna quickly go over one of the things I talked about with Polestar. That is this $1,000 incentive in the US. That actually ends today, last day of August. But basically they sent out an email to everyone. I'm not sure who subscribed to it, the newsletter or whatever, but they emailed him last Friday, I think, for a $1,000 incentive on all P2 orders in the US, valid on retail customer orders from the 26th up till today. So that's pretty cool. Long range starts at 48K, and then the dual motor starts at almost 52. So this will end today at midnight, I guess. But it was just a nice little way of marketing and trying to get up some of those delivery or orders ups. Deliveries is a different story. Ridiculous, Paul says. Yeah, I think it's all good. I think we're good, chilling. I do have really good news though. I'm not sure if you guys saw, but we just launched the Polestar 6, the LA concept. That was last week, all right. And this week they announced that they've already sold out of all of their 500 slots. So 2 weeks ago, announcing the Polestar 2 Roadster concept, and today they sent out a press release saying that all 500 of them are spoken for. Even though, you know, the Polestar 6 won't be till 2024, basically 4 years out, 2026. But it does show that there's a lot of demand, appetite for these models. And I would kind of agree with that, because I don't really think there's any electric vehicle that's a roadster, especially with the hardtop. I think Tesla did their roadster, right? But they stopped production on that, and who knows when they'll actually ramp that up. I'm actually not too familiar for their projects, but this is like a breath of fresh air for some of the car enthusiasts, I would say. So that's really good news. Basically, they sold out 500, and really just seeing some of that demand is going to really help Polestar push their production too, right? So really refresh and focus to sustainability throughout the entire design and manufacturing process. So that's just a little bit of like fundamentals that Polestar brings to the table as a company. It's also unique in that concept that vehicles don't always remain as such. So we'll definitely see how the actual production of this comes out. I don't think they'll probably do the drone and stuff. I think that's a little too cliche, wouldn't you say? But I think everything else looks pretty clean. and I just don't like the wheels, but that's really minimal. Everything else I really do like on the Roadster. And if there's no other Roadster in the road or in production and stuff, then this one should do or sell pretty well. Obviously, it's not going to be the biggest market and stuff, but yeah, it really combines a little bit of everything, right? So I guess here's some history. Basically, Polestar confirmed the suspicions of the Precept, which is the P5, and then months after that, they actually made it public. They debuted it in the Goodwood Festival and are now scheduling to produce it in the 2024. So it's good that some of these concepts that they bring out. This is the second concept. They always see the reception from the people, the fans, or what's the right word for it? But they got good reception from it. So now they pushed out the P5, and then they got good reception on the P6, and basically those reservations are sold out. What's up, Jonah Vendiz? Is there an official date for earnings? I haven't really heard anything yet. They were supposed to do it this week or maybe next week. So I'll be on the lookout for that. I'll definitely do a live stream if we get those numbers out or a date and we can kind of talk about it. But it should be soon. I do know NIO's got their deliveries tomorrow. That's going to be a big thing. So I've got a few things to talk about with NIO and Tesla, so definitely stick around for all of that. But I think Polestars will definitely be coming in the next 2 weeks or 3. It's just way past halfway mark, I think, at this point. So we're in month 8. So yeah, definitely be on the lookout for that, but nothing official. I shared something on Twitter yesterday. This is Azuzu. He hasn't shown up to the stream, but shout out to him. He showed me this image, and I think I showed it to you guys last time. But I'll do it for you guys again just to make sure everybody caught a picture of this. Let me open this really quick, and I'll be able to share it with you guys. So this was something I shared with you guys on yesterday's live stream. I don't mean to diverge from the other article. We'll go back to it. But this is basically just a email response from Bojana Flint. I think she handles all the financial stuff or the PR stuff. I'm not sure what she does, honestly. But they contacted her and she said, thank you for, reaching out to investor relations. We will report our HY financials in the coming week or so. So this was like, when was this? This was, I think last week he sent me this. And yes, I was thinking something we'd get some numbers or something this week. They'll be doing their halfway point financials, and then they're also due a date for the Q3. I'm sorry. We expect to disclose Q3 date with the HY results. So that's the only thing I really got on that, man or woman. I'm not sure, Jonah. I'm not sure if you're a girl or yeah. But anyway, that's what I got. And then just going back to this is huge news just because it's basically showing there's a demand, which really surprises me just based off the economy and stuff. So they basically went to this Los Angeles conference or event, and they demonstrated the P2, and then they did the whole, drone and the whole thing, but I don't really care for the drone. But just having like a very sport compact roadster body and nothing else being in the market like that. Yeah, thank you. I'm a guy. Gotcha. Sorry, man. Didn't mean to insult you or anything. But basically, yeah, just not having anything else like this on the road, I think Polestar definitely is gonna get some of that demand that people are waiting for, So the O2 concept will see scaled production as the P6 in 2026. And the biggest thing that this is big for is they're starting with 500, right? They're gonna have standard versions after this. What's up, Big Kahuna? Welcome, brother. If you guys don't mind, hit the like button for me so we can get more people in here and get this video out later to other people. But Polestar shared this, less than a week, and then they've already got 500 already spoken for, which is huge. The first 500, I think they're gonna do that baby blue color, and then they're gonna have like a marking, like a number marking, like for the first 500 units. But I think I have an article somewhere down here. Yeah. Hey, my Head and Shoulders is coming. I know, man. I've been talking about that on a lot of the live streams. It was a good point out. If we can hold 7, then we just start rounding around. Well, we'll take a look in the chart at the chart in just a second. What do I have to say on this? Yeah, it's good news. Just concepts for or A quote from Thomas: "High interest from our customers shows that a stunning electric roadster like P6 has high relevance in the sports arena." So yeah, like I said, there's not other vehicles or not another electric roadster out there, so it's gonna definitely take a little bit of that market or demand that's in there. Open top plus electric combination is clearly one that appeals. So yeah, the R top is definitely a plus. And what I was saying earlier is like the MSRP is going to be like 200,000. The 25K has to be like the first down payment deposit, and then you'll get one of the 500 slots. So just with that alone, they've already raised 12.5 million. So I don't know if you guys looked at the Lucid recent news that came out, but they actually did a shelf offering for like $8 billion Lucid. So that really just shows that some of the management doesn't really care too much about the investor, as they're going to basically dilute them at some point. Whereas Polestar, I would say they're raising 12 million. Now this is not, anywhere near 8 billion, but it's a good way for them to raise money, keep operations going, and then down the road they'll be able to have more funding somehow and start producing the P6, and then they can make this a reality. So I think this is a better approach to raise money. So they basically got 12.5 million, and on the customer ends, they see the demand is there for the P6. So like I said, when this one comes out, the first 500 is going to have that 1 to 500 to market's limited production run. So those will be like the more, I guess, more luxury ones, the LA concept, and they'll have the exclusive bit like that baby blue, sky blue exterior, and yeah, I think it'll be cool. After that, they'll start releasing the regular versions, but the main thing to take away from this is they raised the 12.5 million, and then it's really showing that there's demand for this little market that they're trying to enter. And yeah, and then keep your eyes out for the P3. That should be coming out in just a couple months. That's probably the biggest catalyst coming up, aside from the financials, of course, right? But yes, some pretty good stuff. I don't really see the price coming down too much further. What do you guys think? I think that was it on this article. I have a few other ones that I want to talk about. Big Kahuna says there's a news with France, so selling in France is a catalyst. I haven't seen that, or maybe, yeah, I haven't seen that one. I might have to look that one up. Or if you have a link, definitely send it to me or something. There was one weird article that I came across. Well, this one's not the one, but actually I already covered all of that. This was the weird one. Where is it at? So the batteries is far more expensive than the car itself. Basically, there's a P2 owner, and he went and got his battery replaced. He got in an accident. This is out in China. And so electric vehicles are highly more pricier, of course. The most expensive part is the electric battery packs, as that's where they get all their power from. And in China, shocking incident, a P2 owner has been charged the amount of money for replacing the battery pack, which is higher than the car itself. So, let me cancel that. So what is that saying? I think that's just saying the batteries are expensive, and more importantly, I think the material costs are going up. So we talked about that. And one of the last live streams, right? So material cost is going up. The droughts in China, it's they're shutting down. There's like a CATL, like a factory that has materials and stuff. They shut down because of a drought to conserve energy and stuff. So that's causing more increase in prices and stuff. So it's just crazy how demand is definitely there, and then the battery packs are also going to be expensive, which is going to probably make some of these companies raise their prices up. I don't know if you guys saw, but Ford did a price raise on their Mach-E, I believe, by like $8,000. So it's like a weird system that they have. Like they'll do tax credits, but then they raise the prices on their vehicles. So do you really get a tax break or not? And then like all the demands raising up all the prices for material costs. So it's just part of inflation, I guess. I don't know. It's a tough thing to think about, I guess. Oh, I just got a message that my Quicksilver card is expiring. I don't even use that credit card anymore. If you have a credit card, or if you want to use a credit card, I would recommend the Chase Freedom or the Flex one. Those are the ones I have. I think I have a link down there below, but that's the go-to credit card that I use. There is another article. I might have to look up that Fred stuff, Kun, or if you have an article, send it to me on Twitter or something. I'll check it out. What was the other article? I think that was it for Polestar. You guys want to look at the chart for it? We can look at that. I do have Tesla news as well, and I guess I was wrong. So this is like going back to the inflation stuff. So I would think that there's no demand, or demand is coming down just because of everything going on with, inflation, the economy, supply chains. I would think demand's going down. But there was this article that came out a few days ago where there's a Wall Street analyst that went to their new Gigafactory Berlin. They just updated this one, I believe, and he's basically came back with unprecedented demand results. So yeah, Tesla's experiencing strong demand, which is hard to like believe, right? With the amount of inflation and material cost, and people just trying to survive. But which is also why I got surprised that all 500 slots of the Polestar 6 got filled so fast. I don't know. What do you guys think about the overall market, like, or just the economy? You think there's the demand that people are saying, or is this kind of just a way to pump the market? I don't know. But yeah, Tesla's orders are like surging so high that they actually stopped taking orders because their backlog is so long. Which is, I don't know, unrealistic to me. Like, I mean, I'm sure it's real, but it's just weird. Yeah, this is coming from this guy. He's the one that went in there, I think, and he says agrees that demand is way above what hopes were a few years ago, way above any of the expectations that they were thinking. So just in general, electric cars are like super popular. So for Tesla and their competitors, which yeah, it's gonna show some ramp up at some point. And then what else did I see on here? So I've highlighted a few things. This is just some metrics and stuff. They're basically doing like 45 seconds. We'll deliver 10,000 vehicles per car per week at full capacity. So 5 full days nonstop will do 10,000 at 45 seconds per car. Isn't that fucking insane? That's Tesla though. That's like efficiency. So their price target for Tesla is like 530. Currently at 275. So about almost like 100% upside, I would say. But that's like just analyst terms. I don't know if I see that in the short term. That'd be like longer term, right? They're basically expecting Tesla to be worth like 10 trillion. I actually don't know how much they're worth right now. We might need to look that up. Let me do that. Didn't they lose the trillion market cap? I think. So 800 billion. So that'd be like, what did they say? 10 trillion? That'd be like a 10x for this, I think. Let me see. Yeah, 10 trillion. So they would 10x that. Is that right? It would be the shares times the price would market. So 10 trillion, and it'd be like 2,500 is what there's. So from here, it would be a 2,700 or 2,700 stock price by 2030 is what they're basically projecting. And they would be making 20 million electric vehicles per year by then. So 4 times Apple's current market cap. What's Apple's market cap right now? Uh, 2.5. But that's still insane. It would be, yeah. That would be like a $2,500 stock for Tesla if they're if they actually get this in 8 years. In 8 years, they're anticipating Tesla to be trading back at 2,700. So I don't know. What are your thoughts on this? You guys actually think this demand is real, or you think it's inflationary demand like Fugazi? The other thing I want to talk about is NIO and stuff. So I talked a little bit about this yesterday. This is the China EVs due to amid new models and Warren's move. So tomorrow, if you guys don't know, we got a lot of China. Oh fuck, what is that? We have tons of Chinese companies reporting their deliveries for August. So August electric deliveries early Thursday. EV and battery giant BYD should report a day or two later. And what actually happened was Warren Buffett actually sold his BYD stock a few days or last week or this week. So I'm not sure why. Maybe he's anticipating bad numbers. So if you guys don't know, but I think most of August, China actually went into lockdowns, basically off of the COVIDs and stuff. So I don't know how good these numbers will be. But this is just like, the GOAT getting out of his like electric vehicle play. This is the BYD stock, and he sold some shares on it. So I don't think he's completely out of it, but I think he's just playing it safe, I would say. August is somewhat of a transition month. NIO and Li Auto began deliveries of new models at the end of August, with NIO and BYD set to begin deliveries of other new EVs in September. Yeah. And then XPeng will launch a new model this year. So I actually have a good article on NIO, and then we'll take a look at some of the charts. So why NIO shares bounced today? They actually sold off most of the day, and then I think at the end of the day they recovered. But basically what happened is, I can just come down here. So just some positive and some negative stuff. So the negative is definitely XPeng did their earnings like a week or two ago, and they weren't actually very good. They actually did very bad guidance for their next quarter. And then also Dutch Bank, or I don't know how to say that. Vincent Haas said that they basically downgraded NIO's deliveries, or well, their price target. I think they did from 45 to 39, and then this is the deliveries here. So Dutch Bank says analyst says his firm thinks NIO's third quarter deliveries will be a little over 30 units. So that would be pretty flat compared to their July results. And I think some of that has to do with some of the COVID stuff, restrictions, and then power outages or whatever, droughts. And we've talked about both of these things in other live streams as well. And basically the thing with droughts is they have to like conserve power, so to only the essentials and stuff. And so like making NIO vehicles is not a priority, so they have to shut down the factories. So there is some good news though. Like the government's like pushing out stimmies, and that's going to give some consumer demand for them. But other than that, I don't know. I think this sequentially flat numbers for July or for August compared to July, I think some of that might be priced in. So yeah, so now what? Investors already expect that softer sales will be reported. So I think NIO might be a buy at this price, just because some of that sales for August might be priced in. They do have earnings next week though, September 7th. So that'll be something to look forward to. And then also again tomorrow, their August deliveries along with XPEV and Li Auto. And then later BYD will do the same thing. But on top of that, NIO is also going to be doing a new model, like I said. They started their ES7, the midsize SUV, in June, and then they're going to start the ET5 sedan at the end of September. So that's cool. I don't really follow NIO too much, but I think it's pretty interesting to see what's going on with the China sector, just because Polestar does most of their manufacturing out of there. So until Polestar really cuts like some of the dependency there, it's good to stay up to date with what's going on with China lockdowns and droughts and stuff like that. But yeah, NIO I think is cool and stuff. There's too much shadiness, but I think some of that auditing stuff, I think I've talked about that in some of the other live streams, and basically that's gonna help the transparency, I would say. But we'll see those numbers when they come out. They're trying to do a deal basically, so US and China can take a look at the audits and stuff. But I don't know. We'll see when we get there, if they actually close that deal and stuff. So a little bit of mixed reviews. It doesn't say the price change here, but that's another thing on here. So with that, let's take a look at the charts, I think. Where's my tickers at? Okay, here we go. So this is SPY actually. I don't know if you guys want me to cover SPY. Let me see if I can get this looking pretty. It's actually been trading pretty weird, am I right? I'm gonna get rid of all these. So the main thing is I think we have a head and shoulders pattern up here, right? We've had that. I think it's pretty obvious. So the end target is gonna probably be, I still think like 394. Let me see. Big Kahuna says he already sold NIO. Oh shit. Why? What price did you sell it at? I'm going back to a 1 hour chart actually, just to get more accuracy here. But basically, oh shit. What price did you sell at? Did you sell at the highs? So my price target for the at least the end of the chat or the trend is to be around 390, 394. well, 395, but we're already at 395. But I think like 390 is gonna be like just around this area here. We've got like some history here, so 390 I think it's gonna be a pretty good area. That kind of matches to our head and shoulders pattern, right? So that's the area that I'm looking at for SPY, and it'll be pretty much the same for NASDAQ, the QQQs, all the tech indexes and stuff. So I think there's a little bit more downside towards the end of the day. I mean, for the most part, we were like pretty choppy, but there's also another thing that I noticed here. Maybe I need to show you guys. So if you guys don't believe in the head and shoulders, then we also had kind of like a bear flag here. This was like right here. And basically what this is a bearish pattern. I think you see it better on the Futes. I think I already did it on Futes. Let me go to Futes. Yeah, here we go. So this is what I'm seeing. This is a bear flag here. You know, you sharp drop and then some consolidation, and then you break down again, the trend. And basically the downside for that is this pull here all the way down to this end. And so I think, you know, we still have a little bit ways to go. So I think tomorrow will probably be red. And see, this kind of matches the same areas that we were talking about somewhere here. So somewhere in here. So if you guys don't believe in the head and shoulders pattern, this is a bear flag here that you guys can take a look at as well. But the end targets are basically around the same. So I would say what, another 100 points. So another 10 points on the SPY, which would be like 385, I guess. Let me take these. Let me get rid of these real quick. I don't want to keep extra stuff. What do you guys, how are you guys feeling for the market? Maybe I should do a poll. Bitcoin is sold at 20. My buying price is $13. Damn. That's like, where are we at right now? 19? I'll take a look at the, I want to do a quick poll and get your idea of what's going on with the market. I think that end of the day sell-off was insane. But stock market tomorrow, you guys think we are red or green? Just want to do this real quick. And I appreciate everybody hitting the like button for me. We got 4 likes. Appreciate it, guys. Green or red. And make sure to vote if you guys want to vote. Stock market tomorrow. And then we can take a look at some of the charts for NIO and stuff. This is basically the price target that I'm looking for. Like I said, 390, 385, somewhere around here. We got good support, good resistances. So we'll look at we'll probably look to see if we can get down there. And then I think we get data on Friday, but let's take a look at Polestar. I think a lot of people want to talk about Polestar's chart. And then we'll take a look at Teslas and NIOs as well. And if you guys want to look at Lucids and stuff, let me know. We can also look at Rivian's. Rivian's actually something I meant to keep an eye out today. We talked about it yesterday. I think it's getting ready for a breakdown. Actually, let me see if it's broke down yet, because it's been moving sideways. Has it moved? It hasn't really broke down. It's actually up. Okay. So yeah, we'll take a look at that. But I want to show you guys that it could be a good opportunity. With Polestar, we've basically, if you guys been tuning into some of the other live streams, we've talked about this. There was a potential double top here. This is our neckline here. And basically the breakdown for that would be the distance here. Being conservative, it'd be like here. And then we would just copy it down, right? So it basically lined up to where we're at now. And that's me just kind of being, so the neckline's actually up here, right? So the neckline's here. If you do it there, then you basically touch the bottom, which I think we're near the bottom. I said like low 7s is going to probably be the bottom in the short term. And then Kahuna pointed this out to me. We could possibly do an inverse head and shoulders here, which is really cool. It's a bullish pattern, but we're only like halfway there. We still need the rest of the head, and then there'll be something that happens where we possibly build another shoulder. But the thing to actually, if we want the head and shoulders pattern or the inverse head and shoulders, we'll need to show some support here around 7, which it looks like it's trying to find we need to basically make a bottom, like a base, start creating a base. So as long as we can hold around this level here above 7, and I guess we could come down a little bit more, but I'll really try to stay above 750. Then we could probably start rounding out. So basically like this, start doing some sideways movement for a while, a day or two, and then we can start crawling our way back up. So a few days here wouldn't be bad, and then we could start working our way back up if markets kind of start getting better, I would say. And then we can start working back. It doesn't even have to go completely back to 10. It could, you know, come back up to like 960. And then, because we could do basically a sideways inverse head and shoulders. So it would probably be like something like this. So it would be like, so we could, yeah, we could come like 920 or something. It would be a sideways inverse head and shoulders. And so it would be like this, basically. Well, these are just ideas, by the way, so this is not official. But it could be like that, and then it could come like that. And that would be an inverse head and shoulders too, technically. So this could be the bottom. It could be the bottom. If we can hold these levels, we could start working our way sideways, then crawl our way back up to, like, you know, along this trend line here, basically. And then something probably will happen where we get rejected, and we'll probably make a newer low. So this would probably be, you know, this will be the lowest we go. Then we'll have like a low down here, which would be the next shoulder, and then we can possibly break out. So those are all just ideas though, so don't quote me on all this. That's just one idea. So it doesn't even technically have to come all the way up to 10. We could just, you know, retest this trend line basically. And yeah, we'll see how that works out. But yeah, we're basically anticipating a move down to 7. We've talked about this, you know, a few different videos, so you guys go check those out if you want. What's up, investing money? PSNY is straight sickening at the moment. It is. And but the thing is, like, the price doesn't really reflect the company, I don't think. Let's see, where is Lucid at? Lucid's starting to come down, but this one's got a lot more to prove, I think. Polestar's already got, what's the market cap on this, by the way? 25 billion market cap. In Polestar, I think we're way below that, 16 billion. So yeah, I think we should be trading at least around $9, just to match Lucid's current market cap. And then, in fact, on top of that, I think Polestar should be worth more, just my opinion. But so yeah, I think it should be at least worth $10, which would be a 30% gain, about a 30% upside from here. So it is sickening though, but you gotta, I think at this point, a lot of people are starting to invest in this as like long-term investment, like a Tesla or something, like early stages of a Tesla. Because remember, they are trying to get their battery sector, their energy sector going too. They did that deal with that boat company, and they also did what else did they do? Oh, they invested in that startup energy company, that battery company. So they, plus, not to mention, you know, Volvo and Geely have a part in it. So I think it's all good. It's all good. These are good opportunities, and I should probably start buying. I haven't added any shares if anybody was asking. I probably should start adding around this price. There's just a lot of uncertainty with the entire market, right? And I think worst case scenario, Trippy actually mentioned this yesterday about Lucid, because we were talking about, will Lucid go bankrupt and stuff, and he said Lucid's not going to go bankrupt. He said they'll probably get bought out. So if worst case comes to, you know, for Polestar, then if Lucid's going to get bought out, then you know, I would see why Polestar couldn't get bought out too. But yeah, I like this inverse head and shoulders. Maybe retouch it here, and then we break out. And then the breakout would probably be, it would be the distance from here to here, right? It'd be like something like that. And I'll just give you guys an idea of the breakout. It'd be something like here. It'd be back to $11, 1080. So not too big of a breakout, but it would be a change in trend. So, you know, we could work our way back up to these prices, come back down, and then keep going. So we just really, we need a pattern that shows us a trend, a change in trend. So that's what I got for those. Let me clear the stuff for you guys, because I don't want to keep all that on here. But yeah, I would actually just add that trend line here to see if it matches and it comes back and retouches it. And the next one we want to talk about, what is it? Tesla. I haven't looked at Tesla's chart. Oof. Oh yeah, we did look at this one yesterday too. So Tesla's chart, we have a big cup and handle, and we basically broke the handle. So I'm expecting more downside. Probably like 255, 260. It's holding up really well today. It didn't really come down or not. I mean, it had a high of 281, came down to 271, and then closed in the middle. So a lot of volatility on it, but it manages to close pretty even for the day. But basically, the thing that I see here is we were basically isolating between these two support and resistance levels, and we finally broke underneath. So that's kind of bearish for me, honestly. If it would have broke to the upside, that would have been huge, because then we would have filled this cup and handle. Oops, that's kind of weird. Yeah, it would have been a cup and handle here. And then we would break out the distance from here to here, I think. So it would be a pretty massive move. Probably back up to like 360, 380. So that's what I see there. Right now, since we basically broke this, I'm expecting us to touch the levels down here, which I might need to just move this down here. So that's basically the support that I see. There's also a gap right here. If you go to the daily on Tesla, there's a gap that needs to be filled. I'm not sure. I don't follow Tesla too much, so I don't know if it fills its gaps like frequently. But it's got the gap there, and it looks like there was a gap here, and it did come down and fill it like briefly, and then came back up. So it might be pretty strict on its gaps and always wants to fill the gaps. So we definitely could come down to like 250. And plus that's kind of like psychologically a level to watch. But even on the daily, Tesla is already like closing underneath the 200 moving average and the 50 moving average. So that's basically bearish indicators, I would say. Let's see. Joey says, what do you see Polestar going to next year? I don't know yet, honestly. There's so much shit going on with the economy. Like, I don't even know if I'll be alive next year, you know? But I would say, I don't know, at least $13, $15. I think we could go back up there. I think a lot will depend on production of the P3. Like, if they can get that stuff ramped up, if their presentation, their little event goes good, they get good reception on it, and they actually have a working, then yes, investing money is right. He's thinking the way I'm thinking. Depends on the ramp up of the P3 production, in my opinion. Exactly. Yes. Yes. Yeah, that's basically what I'll be looking for, is just how do they handle that whole P3, because they've done it before. They've done the ramp up stuff with P1, P2. But you know, we're in a different economy situation. It's a different world right now. Like, material cost is insane. You know, people have to get laid off, and you know, just a lot of shit going on economy wise. Europe's like basically in recession. I don't know if they are yet. There's just so many variables. So I don't know where the stock market will be next year, honestly. I'm thinking we'll have a market crash. Is that what you guys are feeling? Let me look at the votes real quick. If you guys are just joining, please help me by hitting the like button. I appreciate you guys. Let me look at the votes real quick. We got 3 votes only. Come on, you guys need to vote. Stock market tomorrow, red or green? We got 2 votes that are red. Joey's holding 4,400 shares of Polestar at 838 average. Dang, you're that big buy order that I saw come in, huh? No, I'm kidding. There was some big orders though, right? Let me look at, we could look at some of the options flow in a bit if you guys want me to. By the way, there's options, unusual wells 10% off. There's a link that I have provided if you guys want to check that out. It's for all options activity and stuff, unusual options and stuff. Check it out. But yeah, hey, that's a nice average. 830, 838 is a pretty good average. So you're basically only down. Let's see. Let me see. I was gonna type nice. Let me look at how much you're down real quick. 830 and 838. You're basically, oh dude, you're chilling. You're down 6%. Yeah, you're chilling. You're chilling. I think that's actually, I think above 9 is doable. I think it's doable by next year. But like I said, there's a lot of variables, like just even outside of like Polestar's control. It's like the economy. Europe's a big thing, right? So Polestars are like huge in Europe. I mean, it's a Swedish company too, right? So there's a lot of shit going on over there. So that's the only thing. Like there's a lot of uncertainty with a lot of stuff, right? Like I mentioned earlier, Lucid did a shelf offering, which those started dumping shares. I don't know when, but that's bad, right? That means like a lot of high growth EV startups are like burning cash like crazy. So I wouldn't be surprised if Polestar is doing the same thing. Although Polestar, they have like a little bit different business model. They're using already established infrastructure, like existing factories from Volvo and Geely. So some of their expenses aren't as dramatic, but it's still expensive just based off like materials and shit. So I don't know. What do you guys think? If you guys agree with me, hit the like button. But I don't know. There's uncertainty, but I think fundamentally the company's good. Plus, they approached capital raising in a more appropriate way by doing the Polestar 6 instead of like, just straight up doing a shelf offering. But I wouldn't say that's out of the book. They could still definitely do some dilution, but I think that was a first good step to do it that way. You feel me? Plus they also have what do they have? I mean, they have Volvo, so I think Volvo is not doing good. One of the homies in the Discord said that he works for Volvo up in Sweden, and he says that production isn't good. Volvo's been doing really bad and stuff, but it is a legacy manufacturer, so you gotta have a little bit of faith in them. You feel me? I mean, Ford basically came back from the dead. And the thing is with that, like just having like a legacy manufacturer is like they have a reputation, so they can like take out credit and leverage and shit, like banks and shit. So versus like a startup like Arrival or Lordstown, they're not gonna give no credit or funding to them. But Volvo would be more, they would be more inclined to do it with them. I'm feeling that. You feel me? So what's up? What's next? What's next? Oh, and then NIO, basically they're owned by China, so I don't know if their numbers are real, because remember, there's a short report on NIO, so they're basically saying that they falsified a lot of their deliveries and stuff, or their numbers, and they're basically selling to themselves and just pumping up their own numbers. Like, if that's real, then I'll be bearish on NIO, but they do have China as a backup. So what's the thing with NIO? I think NIO's getting ready for a breakout. It's like consolidating. It's been consolidating for a few days. It looks like it's down. It's in a downward channel, but it looks like a bull flag, kind of. Let me see if I can chart it up. Shit, kind of messed that up. It's been like flagging for the long ass time. Basically, we have a pole here. This is the flag. So if we can start breaking out of this downtrend, this thing is gonna be crazy. It's gonna be a pretty big move, I think. That's basically what I see on NIO, but it's like been sideways consolidation. You could even say it's making like an inverse head and shoulders here, which is kind of like right here, sort of. So if it can come back up here and break out this time, things gonna get stupid. I don't know. What do you guys see the vision? Let me know. That basically is what I'm seeing on that. I don't want to keep this live stream too long. If you guys have questions, definitely put them in the comments so I can get those answered. If you guys want tickers that want me to look at, also put them in the chat, and then hit the like button. That's it. Yes, sir. Let me so that's what I see on NIO. XPED, I don't really follow XPED. I don't even want to chart XPED. They had shitty guidance and stuff. They have a gap fill, I think, or did they fill it already? No, they have a gap up here. They could work themselves back up to this gap, but yeah, I don't really follow this one too much, honestly. Yeah, 12 million volume, price between $1. The thing with China though is there's like stimulus, there's the audit news, so like good stuff was coming out of them, but then they recently just started locking down again, so that's the only negative that's coming out of there. And then the yuan, the won and stuff, all the currency was going down. So I don't know. There's just a lot of shit going on over there too. What else did I want to do? Oh, NIO. Did I cover NIO? Yeah, I did cover NIO. I think that's all I can really say on NIO, honestly. Is there anything else I can say on NIO? I mean, we're just on a downward channel, and then we're trying to break out of it, and then we could definitely get stupid after that. Do you mainly trade or invest, or both? You do a lot of TA, which is why I ask. My TA is not good, brother. This is just me spitballing stuff, but No, I've been trading for a long time, longest time since 2018. And honestly, the best way to learn is like by taking L's. I've lost a lot of money just trading and shit, and it just takes time, honestly. And I'm still not even good, you know. But this is just my knowledge. This is all I can share with you. You feel me? I just like honestly, you just gotta put in the time, and everything comes with time. It just comes, bro. It just comes at you. You can't rush it though. And if you start taking L's, you know that's it sucks. It sucks for real. But you gotta keep bouncing. You know, you gotta bounce back. So and like patterns and stuff, you'll just start like over time. You'll start seeing them a lot easier. You'll start realizing, and then the market's like hella tricky and shit. So you know, just go with your gut. Cause there's like times when I'm like, man, I don't want to sell this, and then you just end up selling it because you're like, nah, I ain't gonna trust it. And then you're like so glad you sold it. And then there's times when you're like, damn, I should have not sold. But bro, it's just the market, you know. But you know, it's good to invest, and then it's good to have multiple portfolios. So you can have the investment portfolio, and then you can have the little day trading portfolio. You feel me? And then keep some cash on the side. But I'm not a financial advisor by any means, so you gotta do your own DD, my brother. I think that's all I have for NIO, though. I mean, we got the nice little channel coming down. If we can get outside of this downtrend, then volume will start picking up. We can reclaim some of these levels. Basically 22, I think. Yeah, it's somewhere around here, my guy. Like 22, we can start breaking out to new highs. Then I think somebody said we had a gap up here somewhere. Someone told me we had a gap. Yeah, we have a gap up here. So I think at some point they want to fill this gap, which is up here. Maybe I should do that 27 gap. I should probably do that in red. Yeah, we have a gap up here. So people say we're going to go fill that out at some point. It's a little baby gap. So I just watch out for some of that. Other than that, this thing's been like just in a channel. And like I said, maybe an inverse head and shoulders here. So if it can start, you know, closing above 20, they can start retouching the downtrend. Possibly breakout. Lucid's another one. Oh, Rivian. We're going to talk about Rivian. What's up with Lucid real quick? This thing's been selling off. Today it actually just did some sideways action, which could mean it's like a short-term bottom. You know, it came down to this level. We marked this stuff out yesterday. Came down today to this level, and then looks like there's what is this, like a little doji candle or something? It could start bouncing back up to like 16. It just a lot of this stuff just depends on the market, you know. I still have that head and shoulders pattern here from a long ass time ago. So I think the end trend for this was like down here, if I'm right. I don't remember honestly. But we had a trend going for a while, and it broke trend basically. Wasn't it like that? I don't have this stuff charted up anymore. But we had a trend going. Bitcoin said Lucid is going to 13 in 2 weeks. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I think, yeah, we had a head and shoulders pattern right here. I mean, you can point it here if you want. We had a head and shoulders pattern right here. We got a shoulder, we got a head, we had another shoulder here. And then the distance is basically right here. I'm just going to slap that on here and then copy it. Then we'll just slap it on here. So, yeah. Yeah, down here, like $12, $13. That's the bottom. That's the end trend, which makes sense, right? Because we broke our previous low, which is like $15, or was it not 15, but 15.30ish, somewhere around here. So I think we're retesting that. We're retesting if we can reclaim this level, but if we get rejected, then we're gonna come down to this level down here. That's what we see in here with Lucid. Yeah. Plus, they had bad news with the shelf offering, so they're going to start diluting their investors. So, it's not good. It's not good. The other one I was talking about, oh, Tesla. Did I? Yeah, we did. We talked about Tesla. Rivian's the last one. How are you guys feeling about my guy? Look at the SPY. I got you. Oh, I think I already covered it. I'll look at it in just a second. This is the other one that we're looking at. This is a huge ass, big ass head. Maybe a shoulder. So maybe one more shoulder. It's been holding up pretty well. It's up 2.7 or 57%. Oh, damn. Okay, I got you, though. We'll look at it. I'll look at it. I think we covered it. What were we talking about with the SPY? We'll look at it in just a second. Let me see, make sure I got everything on Rivian. Is there anything to share on Rivian? We have a gap down here. Yeah, that's why I got that marked out. I think we want to fill that gap. And it looks like this can either be a head and shoulders pattern. So we could kind of retouch 33, 34 and then get rejected. It looks like we're trying to touch the 50 moving average. Or it could just be a inverse cup and handle. So something like that. But this is the levels that I'm actually just watching, like $30. Once it breaks like these levels here. Damn, Rivian's going to 18. Sheesh. Yeah, this one's been like hella lagging the SPY and stuff. Like this thing's been consolidating, which is for people it's better. The longer this consolidates, the bigger the move is gonna be to the upside or to the downside. In my opinion, it'll probably be to the downside, just because all the other EVs are like, you know, in the shitter and they're selling off and stuff. So this one's like for some reason like holding up really nice right between this range here. So once it breaks out of this, it's going to be a pretty massive move. Like the longer it stays in this little box, the bigger the move it's going to be. So that's what I see there. I'm just really patiently waiting to see when. I forgot to put this on the watch list, I'll be honest. But this is something I should watch because let's be real, it's overvalued. It's got, what's the market cap? 30 billion. And I think they're only bringing in like how much? Yeah, like $364 million each quarter. So best case scenario this year they made 365 times 4, like 1.4 billion, and that's like not even accurate because their growth, right? So they probably did 54 million, so hella small numbers. So that would be, you know, it's insanely valued, like overvalued, and they've also been burning cash. So Jay Brielle, he said, yeah, the more consolidation, the more lethal. Yes, sir. They have cash. They do have cash. That's the good thing about them. But they're also burning that cash, I would say. I've been shorting it since last week. Just been eating for real. Damn, lobster and caviar. What's up? That surf and turf? What you been eating? Are you talking about this one or are you talking about Lucid? I think you're talking about Lucid. But yeah, Big Kahuna says $18. Where's the $18 mark? Where's that? Damn, that's down here, Big King. Big Kahuna. I would say for sure probably 27 just to get that gap fill. Then maybe touch the monthly. I think 25. 25. I'll be conservative. You know, I gotta be conservative. I'll say those levels like once we basically once we get under this range, then we start trading in between these ranges here. We can start bouncing in here. And then it's gonna be hella hard for it to get back above this for real. Unless unless it doesn't even go down here. But I was just saying, if the market keeps selling off, I don't see why this one wouldn't come down. But yeah, they got hella cash. They got like 14 billion, is that right? I don't know what they got. Honestly, let's look it up. What are tickers trending right now? Oh, Okta. Oh, don't really care about any of those. Rivian, let's look at their cash real quick. I think it's 14 billion though. Statistics, where they got the cash? Yeah, 14 billion. That's insane cash. So that's the good thing about them, right? So $14 billion in cash, and their market cap is like 30 billion. So really, they're only, you know, essentially they're only worth like 15 billion. Like if somebody was to buy these out for 28 billion, they would get 14 billion in cash. So they would really only be paying like 14 billion for the company, something like that. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So that is a good thing. But I think that 14 billion is only going to last them for a year or two. Is that right? I don't know. I don't follow Rivian too much. But the truck is dope, though. And they have a pretty good system. They're basically using the same foundation, right? They got the truck. See, let me draw this real quick for you guys. Rivian truck. So this truck, the base, whatever the platform they're doing down here, the battery shit, everything down here, all the stuff down here is the same. All they're gonna change is basically, let me change. Then all they're gonna do is, oh fuck. All they're gonna do is basically add the little chassis, different chassis, which is this. Damn, this is a good ass truck. Yeah, that's all they're doing to their models. They're using the same chassis for everything, and then all they do is add this for the other models. Investing money's out. All right, man. Appreciate you showing up. Thanks for everybody showing up. Does anybody have any other questions? I'm gonna get rid of this terrible drawing, but yeah, anybody else have any questions? I think I did pretty good today. If you guys appreciate it, make sure to hit the like button for me. Bikuna says Lucid and Rivian are stuck because of material constraints. Yeah, that's a good point. I think a lot of the EVs are like stuck. I'm gonna look for that French news that you talked about. Let me do that really quick actually. I don't think you sent it to me. Did you send it to me? So if you guys do have Twitter, go check out my Twitter. You can follow me out there. You can send me DMs and shit. For anything related to Polestar and shit if you want. Or electric vehicles. I like Tesla, Lucid. No, I don't like Lucid. No, I like talking about EVs. I'll talk about any EV really. As long as it's like somewhat mainstream. I'm not gonna talk about some $2 penny stock. But as long as it's like somewhat legit. Oh, he said I'm already following you, Brody. Okay, my bad, King. Hey, I'm sorry. What's the French news though? France, Polestar. I'm just typing that up, bro. What I'm seeing is Polestar is banned in France. What? Polestar banned in France? Is this the one you're talking about? Big news, big news, big news. I'm sorry, but those logos are not all close to each other. What? Oh, France is lost. Is this what you're talking about? Damn, that's crazy. Is this for real? They got banned in France? I'm sorry, but no logo. Clearly, the French courts. What did you say above, though? You said the news with them being able to sell in France is a catalyst himself? Damn, the link is above. It doesn't show up for some reason because it thinks it's spam. Send it to my DMs. I'll get it put out. Or if it's this, let me see. News. I don't see it, big dog. The French could receive up to 4,000 in subsidies. I don't see it, big dog. Big kahuna. Send it to my DMs on Twitter if you don't mind. Send it to me, and I'll post it on the next live stream or something. It might be late news, but it's better late than never. So if you guys have any other questions, and now I'm gonna wrap this one up so people watching this later don't get. Oh, type site. I think I saw that actually. They were talking about some logo or something. Let me do that real quick. Isn't it they're debating about results or something? Maybe, let me see, Citron. News. Polestar reconciles, yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, weren't they debating about their logos or something? I was reading about it. I didn't really get it. Yeah, they didn't even give any details, I think. Let me read this then. Let's read this shit together. Alright, legal saga between Polestar and Citron is finally coming to an end. Swedish manufacturer finally has the right to market it. Oh, okay. Is this because of some court stuff? Okay, so Polestar, which became independent from Volvo, we know all this. Okay, so contents. Citron reconcile. Citron. Is that how you say it? Okay, and according to the world, Polestar finally buried the hatchet. Yeah, the 2022 prohibited from selling its cars with the brand logo. Yeah, they were like on a court case or something. I did read this. I didn't know they were like completely banned. So now they can start doing this again. Too close to Citron and DS. I think they were talking about the logo, the star and stuff, the North Star. They both looked similar as far as the market logo. I don't think they gave any details on, yeah, the two companies reached an agreement, but they kept it a secret. Yeah, so I guess they can start selling in France. I don't know, I haven't actually followed the French market, but yeah, this is actually a nice little catalyst to top things up. We suspected a little behind the scenes of this turnaround for several days. Oh, fuck. Since the Polestar site was accessible from France and without VPN. Oh, so they were blocked for a while then. It just happened too a few days ago then. And then whereas previously you had to use a VPN in order to access the brands. Okay. That's dope. That's dope. So now That's cool. Now they can start making that profit. Now all you have to do is wait until Polestar's official announcement. Oh, so this still isn't live? They haven't. That's gonna be a big catalyst then when they start. When they make it officially and start marketing on France. I don't know though. The whole German, the whole Europe, economy is pretty shitty right now. But I think there's still wealthy people, right? So they might be, excited too. So I'm curious, like, even though you couldn't brand it, you couldn't buy any in France, could you own one in France? Like, could you go out of France and go somewhere else and buy it and then bring it back home? Just curious. So, like, were there, is this going to be the first Polestar vehicles in France, or were there already Polestar vehicles there, but maybe they couldn't just directly buy them there? So this is a big market. This will be a big market. France is one of the biggest ones in Germany, right? I think it'll be good. Plus, I think this is where NIO is expanding too, I think, isn't it? The news comes at the right time since the next few years will be rich for Polestar in the electric sector. Indeed, Swedish manufacturer plans to market at least 4 new, yeah, we know all this, okay, luxuries and sporty. So Europeans are big fans of the luxury sporty stuff. This is cool. This is cool. So I did read something like this. I'm glad you brought it up though, because I kind of browsed through it, but now I get why it was such a big deal. So yeah, therefore impossible to order an electric vehicle from us, but it's safe bet that an announcement should arrive soon. Yeah. So now if people are made aware that Polestars can be sold there, people don't have to go out their way to get one in France. So that's cool. That's cool. Appreciate this big kahuna. You a good one. You're a real one. Yeah. So Polestar finally reconciles with Citron and will land in France. Hella nice. Hella nice. All right, guys. Well, I think I'm gonna wrap up this video. If you guys have any questions watching this later, just drop it in the comments. I'll be doing a live stream, maybe Friday or Saturday. So yeah, make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell, and like the video for me. I'll see you guys in the next video. Shout out to Big Kahuna, showing up, Jabrail, investing money, and who else was in? Joey was in here too. Yes, sir. Appreciate you guys. And Jonah was in here too. I'm gonna end this poll real quick. We had 6 votes. Everybody's expecting a red day tomorrow. Oh, and Paul was in here as well. So shout out to everybody. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to hit the like button. And I'll see you guys in the next one. God's good. Be good. Stay safe. And yeah, keep investing and retire early, hopefully. Peace.